Okay, this one is pretty straightforward. We're gonna start with a darker sheet of paper. Whatever darker sheet of paper you have, if you have black cardstock at home or if you have a darker color, let's just choose a darker shade. I have chosen a old plastic bag taped down to my table to use as my palette. And this is just a piece of white paper so that I don't ruin my table. And I have some acrylic paints. If you have temperas at home, that'll work. And then water and a brush. And then we're gonna need our oil pastels later. So this is a two-step process. We are gonna begin with our paint. And we're gonna let the paint dry, and then we're gonna go back in with our oil pastels. So because I have a darker color paper, I'm going to choose a lighter color paint. This is a Naples yellow hue, which I like. See, I think I'm gonna mix that with a little of my yellow ochre. So I'm gonna put some right here on my palette. And let's add a little yellow ochre, just a smidgen. I'm gonna mix that up with my paintbrush. And we are just gonna make some interesting patterns on our paper. Let's see, let's get a little of that on there. Okay, so I'm just going to start, let's see, I may create a line down here, and then just creating some shapes. So you create whatever shapes are interesting to you. We'll just get our paint on there. I think I'm going to use a little more of my paint. I didn't put quite enough down. I'm gonna make a border. So remember, when we make a border, we just go around the edge of our paper. You can come a little off the edge. Whoopsie. Okay, so it's not supposed to necessarily look like anything. It's just creating some shapes on my paper. Okay, now I'm gonna let that dry, and once it's all the way dry, I'm gonna come back. So while it's drying, I'm gonna clean off my brush, and I'll wait. I'll know it's dry when it's no longer shiny. See you in a minute. Okay, it's dry. Now I'm just gonna go back in with my oil pastels, and I'm going to fill in some of these spaces. So it's just, let's see, let me look here. I'm just gonna choose some colors I like to play with. I think I'm gonna start with this orange, and I'm gonna find, see how this has a space right here? Just gonna choose that space. I'm gonna outline it first. And then just gonna fill it in with my oil pastels. So I'm gonna go in fast motion for a while again, so you can watch the process of filling it in, and you can start on your end. If you don't have oil pastels, crayons will work, but they don't often work as well. Good oil pastel or pencils can work too. But again, the oil pastels tend to work the best. Or chalks. Chalks can work really well too. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. That's it. You can go back in with some colored pencils if you like, but it's just about getting some different shapes and different colors on our paper. What do you think? I can't wait to see yours.